Go.
Hello, and welcome to the Broken Chair Podcast. This is going to be an awful hour or so. We are joined today by Pat.
Hi.
Say hi. We're joined by Chris. Chris?
Hey, what's up?
Okay, we're joined by Connor.
Yeet.
We're joined by Preston.
Hey.
And Andrew.
I'm fixing my shit. Can't say well.
Okay, so since it's the first episode, I figured we could tell, how we became friends and just random stuff.
Yeah.
And for context,
I
we all
want to talk about the Joe Weller fight. Not Joe Weller, Jake Paul fight.
well, we'll touch that. I promise you, we'll touch that. But so, who wants to go first?
You go.
Okay,
you go
weenies.
first.
Okay, I'll go first. So, let's see, was it 4th grade, Patrick?
Yeah, it was 4th grade.
So, 4th grade, I had literally just moved from my old school.
Oh, yeah.
And, I wasn't really familiar with all the stuff. And so one day, I don't even know what happened, but I just bumped into Patrick someday.
It was at lunch.
Oh, yeah,
I decided to
I guess we...
And I decided to sit next to you.
So, we oh my god, we used to sit there in 4th grade and talk about, God forbid, Five Nights at Freddy's. Jesus. We used to sit there and talk about that. And so we had just a grand old time just sitting there in lunch. And so eventually, come 5th grade...
Andrew, fix your mic.
Jeez. Andrew, fix your mic. Oh yeah, sorry for the bad audio quality.
Huh?
Fix your mic.
What's wrong with it?
It's
You know what? Screw it. But, sorry about the bad audio quality.
What's wrong with my mic?
It's almost got I can't describe it.
Wait, is it good now?
Yeah, it's better.
It's better.
Is it messing up?
Good now.
Okay, shut up, stop interrupting me! Okay,
Okay.
well, come 5th grade, Patrick didn't really come to school. So we didn't talk. And then 6th grade, at orientation, I bumped into him in, the hall. And was like, oh, Patrick, I haven't seen you in forever. And we had...
Patrick, lick my balls.
Oof.
Oh my god. And we also happened to have lunch together again. And so that was great. And also, in 6th grade, I had English.
This
Jesus.
is a terrible podcast.
It is awful, absolutely.
I'm so dead. Oh god.
I had English with Andrew. And Andrew, do you want to pick up on Mrs. P? And
No.
come on,
No.
you gotta tell. Oh my!
My 6th grade
is the best one.
tried to rape
I
me.
hated Mrs.
Oh
P.
god.
Low key, he's not even kidding.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear,
I think she's low key better this year.
yeah, she's a lot better this year than me.
Most
Yeah, I mean-
definitely.
Too creepy.
Most definitely.
But literally, come the middle of the year, we're sitting there reading a book, and so Andrew had to read a section of it, and she's like, "Andrew, I really love your voice," and I'm sitting across the room. I'm like, "Okay, that's kind of weird. Don't you want to read some more? Would you please read?" And Andrew's sitting there, no, and everybody in the class is laughing. And so, I didn't think much of it. And then comes 7th grade when we actually became friends. We talked about it, and it's not just a meme. it's just anytime we talk about it, and I'm sad that I don't have that class with him this year because that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Connor has it with me.
Yeah, I have
Connor.
it with Andrew. I saw
Connor,
it.
if it happens again, more podcast material.
Yeah.
I make jokes about it all the time. He's always like shaking his head. It's hilarious.
But and Connor just kind of popped up one day amongst Andrew and Preston and Chris, and
it just crashed.
oh,
XD.
that's a rip for Preston.
It happens.
Well, I guess Preston is no longer with us.
Oh, it's back.
Person got one.
Oh, okay. But and Chris, oh my gosh,
Who, me?
I met
yeah.
Chris in second grade.
Dude, me and Connor met in second grade. It was wild, dude.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, Patrick, tell your story about meeting
Oh
Connor.
my
god.
gosh.
Okay. So I met Connor like right before second grade. All right. So
Yeah, it was hilarious.
This is great. So one day I'm at my lake lot. So and I decided to go for a walk. I walked to this like pier. And I see several people. I don't remember exactly how it went, but I know like it was either me or Connor approached. One of us approached each other, and it was like it's kind of weird at first, but yeah. And I don't know how many times I saw him out. I saw you out there, but it was pretty weird. Like the first time we met.
Jesus.
Very great explanation
funny.
and non.
Yeah. Thank you for all the details, Patrick.
Yeah.
Wait, did you tell him about how you fell in the water?
Wait, what?
When you were hanging from that branch and it snapped, you like fell in the water.
Oh my god.
I have never heard this.
Yeah,
Okay,
there was
so
this like
let's hear this story.
Yeah, so there's this one tree that's still there, but it's basically dead. So it's like plopped over into the water. I'd have to go out there and like give you a good picture of it, but like it's like bent into the water. I think it's still alive, but I'm not too sure if it is or not. Fuck it.
Poor tree. How dare you abuse the trees, Patrick?
Anyways, me and Connor like climbed on that, and like I went onto this one branch and just snapped, and I fell in the water. It's pretty funny.
No. For purposes, how high is this bridge?
It was like at least like 4 feet above the water. No,
Not even 4 feet.
Oh,
Maybe like
no, it
a
was
foot.
like 2.
so it's not even that bad of a fall.
No, but it was into the water.
It was so funny. Cause
That the whole water aspect makes it even better.
that was the only time I saw Patrick without a shirt on.
Wow.
Jesus, we don't talk about those things, Connor.
I know, but I'm just saying I've never seen him with a shirt off
See,
since.
all of y'all, I don't have really like Michael. I just saw him once.
Whoa, hold on. Let's hear about this, Chris. Do you go to my house or something?
No, like I saw you once.
Oh, like gym class or something like that. No, probably not.
I met Michael in reading class of 4th grade,
Oh my god.
and then I never saw him again until 7th or 6th.
At that time, like I had not really talked to Preston. I just knew him as that one really smart kid in our grade. Because Preston used to be a quote unquote little angel.
Just sit here. Just sit here.
Little
Dr. Big.
angel, okay.
And like it comes like one day, like we got put in the quote unquote gifted class. It's just a class that you would go to like every other day, and like just sit there and like do stuff because you were some quote unquote special. It wasn't like a.
This makes it sound like I was in
I was about to say this is not a class that like for
Do you need something?
mentally challenged people.
XD, sorry.
But I finally met him then, in like 6th grade.
Connor and Chris,
Oh,
where
God.
are you guys?
Walks.
We're right here.
Being
We're
gay.
just listening.
I don't remember how I met Preston.
Shelby just said you guys came out of Cadence's room.
I'm so confused. Would you two stop talking about your personal life?
Yeah.
We're talking about our personal life for the podcast. What do you mean?
But like, Preston just kind of like popped in and like and we have English class this year, and for the first time I think I've ever seen, I saw Preston stuck up to a teacher.
Preston, Connor, and Chris.
And it, it was great.
Sit down and talk. It's like a really long conversation.
Well,
It's like a conversation.
Andrew,
well,
is Cadence in your room? Is that what?
Thanks, D.
Patrick, would you stop saying that? You cringy piece of.
Michael. Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
What class did we actually meet in? Like, I really don't remember that.
Yeah.
Was it 5th period English? No. History?
No, it was in 6th grade math.
Oh, yeah!
It
Oh!
was in 6th grade math because we
You remember-
sat together.
Okay, so
me and Braxton would make farting sounds.
So what we would do is you take your shirt and you put it over the back of your chair, and if you move your background, it would make the noise of a fart, and we called it back farting. And I'm telling you, I've never laughed so hard in a classroom than those days.
Because it was hilarious, Michael.
It was so funny. I'm telling you, low key, I was laughing like. And Mr. would be like, "Okay, guys, stop doing that.
Wow,
That's not appropriate."
Wow, Michael, you just you said a teacher's
Just
name.
on Boach Belton.
You just said a name on an online podcast. I bet he doesn't want his name on there.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go
God,
back and edit that out. Luckily,
Oh God!
luckily, I am recording this and not live streaming it. So
Thank God.
yeah.
But it comes down to like, one day we were in class, and we're sitting there doing our math and all that, and Braxton literally.
Wow. Again, saying out other people's names that they probably don't even want online. Wow.
First names don't matter, retard.
Fine. Okay. Gotcha, fam.
Patrick,
Oh my.
God.
You do realize at the beginning of this podcast, we all said our name, right?
So if we're 25 years old and we have
It's also in the YouTube description.
As you can clearly tell,
Wait.
I'm very smart.
No one cares.
Patrick, I hate him.
I'm very smart, obviously.
Yeah, he's highly intellectual.
that's how I met Patrick from Michael. I started hanging out with Michael, then I see Patrick.
I don't even know. I don't remember how we
Patrick
met.
because
'cause-
Connor would always talk about Pokemon with him.
Oh my God!
I remember
I
when
met
Pokemon
Chris
was
because
like-
Connor was being a shot and said he didn't want to go to my birthday, so Chris grabbed him and took him.
Oh yeah,
And
see,
we all went.
that's how me and Preston met. See, Connor was being, and he's like, "Nah, I don't want to go to Preston's birthday party. I see him all the time." I said, "Dude, you're the
I
worst."
literally had nobody go.
See, and I was
Oh,
like,
Preston, I would have gone.
I didn't know you at the time.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Michael, remember that one time you're telling me about Dawn going to your birthday party?
Oh my God. So, don't.
Oh, really?
AKA
Really?
Doctor.
You said his last
You said
name!
his
Oh,
last
crap.
name.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
God.
So,
See, you can't be
editing.
doing that. I swear.
Okay, let's see. We'll just go in. Dalton and Riley didn't say his last name. I invited them to my birthday party in like 5th grade.
4th grade.
And like,
Switch Riley.
I see what you're trying to do.
Say Mel.
The thought of the retard.
You see now,
Eraser Boy or
Michael,
Thought?
I would have gone.
Eraser Boy.
Michael, I would have gone if I wasn't in the hospital.
Okay.
You know. And
Oh,
you gotta love that.
Jesus.
You gotta love that type 1 diabetes, bro.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember, like, in
Patrick
7th
just
grade-
comes to school, doesn't come to school like one weekend, or for the weekend and doesn't come to school. And I come to school and like, he's like, it's all so serious. And Patrick has diabetes. And so the first thing I asked was, which kind? And it said type 1. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought you'd gotten diabetes from like eating too much.
Oh my god.
You're
That's so
retarded.
stereotypical.
Hey,
How?
hey,
Michael,
I was
Michael, how? Patrick
I don't
is
know.
the skinniest person you will ever meet.
Chris
No.
has diabetes from eating too much.
I know.
That's no. The skinniest person you'll ever meet is Shelby.
No. Cole.
Cole, why?
Cole, why?
Oh
Oh
my.
my god, dude.
No, Isaac.
Oh,
Isaac, too.
I was the only one that went to Isaac's birthday party in 7th grade.
You did not.
he had a
I'm being
birthday
dead
party.
serious. Yeah, and what we did was we had a Nerf war in his backyard. Oof.
Oh
Oh, no.
god, I feel
What if
bad.
everybody at the school showed up for it? That would literally be hilarious.
Uriah almost won.
I can just imagine that.
That's
But
sad, though.
I still can't get over the fact that I thought Patrick got diabetes from eating too much.
Fat oof, boys.
So, I kind of told my story and that veered off, but who wants to go next? Oh, Patrick, why don't you go?
Alright.
I'll tell the story about how I met Andrew.
Sure, why
Yeah,
not?
go with that.
Okay, so first day of 6th grade, I was sitting there and I saw how Andrew was hitting all the way from like everybody else. So I went up to him one day and I was like, "Hey yo, how's school going?" And all I hear is, "Oh yeah, it's fine." I'm like, "Oh wow, your voice is deep."
Your impression of Andrew, like, mwah, perfect.
Yeah,
Hold
10 out
on,
of
give
10,
me a
right?
second.
I can't even like.
Perfect timing.
I
Lick
remember
my
it.
balls.
It was like really funny, and then he started talking to Preston, and then through Preston I started talking to Andrew, and then we just been like
Andrew.
friends since then.
Andrew,
Same there.
Andrew. You
Yeah.
remember everybody in 6th grade thinking you were an emo?
Yeah.
Y-
People still
Literally-
call me that. But
I'm
it's
like,
not the same
I
retarded
went
people that
through
call
an
me that.
emo phase. Like when I first met him, all he did was listen to My Chemical Romance and 21 Pilots.
We
Yeah,
also listened to what is it called? Bring Me the Horizon.
yeah. I like dislike all of those now. I even get annoyed by Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to call Brendan Urie daddy, like, constantly.
Oh my
I know.
Yeah,
god.
I know.
It's
I
really
remember.
weird.
Yo. I just thought we had to talk about Juan.
Oh my.
No. Hey, Patrick, where can we start?
I don't know.
Maybe the chip crumbs in his hair.
Oh, we can talk about how I met him.
yes, Connor, tell your story, and then Chris.
Oh my god.
Okay. So we were chilling in 4th grade, first day of school. I remember walking up to him and be like, "Hey yo, you like Pokemon?" And he was like, "Hey yo, yeah." And so I remember we used to like bring our Pokemon cards to school and we would trade and all that. It was lit. And so one day we went on a field trip to I can't remember where it was. Oh, I think it was to the
Oh, I've got a
cabin.
story to tell after this.
And so anyway, so we on the way there, me and Juan played Pokemon Black
Oh god.
on our DSs on the way there. And that's pretty much my 4th grade year. Same with Chris.
Yeah, Chris, tell your story about meeting Juan Trejo.
You're Michael, come on!
That's two now.
Michael, for real.
Michael, you gotta chill.
That's 3
Anyways.
beeps I have to make. Michael.
Just server
So-
mute Michael.
No, no, please.
Okay,
Okay.
so when I met Juan, he was like, I didn't talk to him until around the 5th grade, because I only saw him in the hallways most of the time.
I don't really talk to him. He's just kind of an extension to Caitlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, which we will talk about Kaylin later on.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I have a good story for that. I have so many good stories from last year.
I have multiple good stories, anyways. So, anyways, I finally got in class with him, and he's like,
So
yeah.
So.
in last year, a trip to a little known museum that I'm not going to talk about, but it's a civil rights museum.
Oh lord.
The Ligma
Oh
Museum.
my god. The Ligma Museum.
We're going there and everything's fine, and we get there. Well, the funniest thing about that day is I wore my fanny pack to school.
Oh my god, yes.
I wore my
remember
fanny
that.
pack and got so much publicity for it. Literally,
Michael shows up with, was it a green?
it was a green Camp McDowell fanny pack.
That's right.
Now they know where
remember
we're
that. I was
from,
like,
that's great.
Michael! Because I remember the day before the field trip, Michael's like, yep, I'm going to bring the fanny pack, boys.
And so I brought it, and the first time somebody noticed it. Oh yeah, and in context, we were sitting in the back of the bus. On the way there, Patrick had brought his DS,
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
and I sat there, and he let me play Smash on it.
Oh.
But so we're sitting there, and we're in the back with all these all the 7th grade at the time popular girls. And so,
Oh, Lord.
me and Patrick are just trying to get there. So I did get up, for something. I don't remember what it was. And I got up and I turned around because somebody looked at me, or asked me, and I turned around, and 90 different people are like, Michael, are you wearing a fanny pack? And I went, yeah. And so, I have, 9 different people, 7 saying that they like it, 9 saying, what are you wearing around your waist? And, 6 just, yelling at me in confusion, why would you wear that? And so I finally sit back down and we get out of the bus. And so to go in the museum, I had to take it off. And so we're having this whole discussion about, how mad I would be if somebody stole my fanny pack. And so we finally gotten it back. We went and sat down, and we went to this park and ate lunch. And we sat down, and I sat with Patrick. I played some music on my phone. We were just chilling.
Oh.
And so we get back on the bus.
Oh, you tell them. Oh god.
Mrs. W.
Okay.
Just know this is
The worst teacher
I
you'll
think
ever
we can
meet.
actually call her Miss Tomac. All right. I think we're good with that.
Yes.
Yeah,
We can. So long story short, let's see, did all of us have her last year?
Yeah.
I think.
Me
Okay,
and Connor
so
had the same class.
Wait,
Me, Connor, and
Tomac.
Chris had the
Yeah,
same
no.
class.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Patrick. You were in our class, too.
And so she says that we cannot open the windows
Oh god.
to the bus. And so just know, we've been in this park for maybe an hour or so, running around, playing soccer, throwing a football. There was a kid who brought a baseball and a frisbee.
Eating lunch.
And so we were, oh yeah, and you remember catching the frogs, Patrick?
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh, I remember.
There were frogs by the little stream, and so every time somebody would, we would catch some, and then hold on a second. Continue on the story, Patrick.
Okay, so we're riding on the freeway, or we're starting to drive on the freeway or whatever it's called now. But anyways, it was ridiculously hot, and Miss Tomac made us have the windows closed, and then the back of the bus, I was me and Michael were at, and I think Andrew, yeah, and
don't forget the popular girls.
the popular girl,
They're-
We're talking about that.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Oh,
we
okay.
so in the back of the bus we started to yell, like.
You guys don't want to tell them about the black guy smoking a joint in the middle of the park?
Oh my god.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that. Oh
That's my favorite part of that trip. How y'all doing?
That was my favorite part about that
I'm
trip.
doing pretty good.
Yeah, there's a random dude in the middle of the park just sitting there, and like, oh, what about the dude that came up to us at the museum, telling us about how he was the first dude to come out of the church?
That dude's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, there was a dude just in the park telling us a story about how he lived through the civil rights and did some stuff. And so, continue on your story with the
thing
with the backseat of the bus.
Okay, so we started to chant because we got extremely hot and there was no air conditioning. This was like an old bus, and there was no air conditioning. So we started to yell. We started to chant, "Let down the windows! Let down the windows!"
No. It was "We want air."
Oh yeah, we want air. We want air.
And so keep in mind, this is about 60 to 75 just 7th graders in this back of this
full
steaming bus
full
full of
bus.
children. And so we start chanting it, and Tomac gets so mad. He starts yelling at us, stop. And so we don't stop.
And then, like, a few minutes later, the whole entire bus, and then, like, the back started saying, "We want air," and then, like, the whole, like, everyone in the bus started saying.
Everybody in the bus starts chanting.
And then it got to the point of where the bus driver said, "Okay, yeah, you can put down the windows." That was beautiful.
And so we get down the windows, and we finally get, like, closer back to the school.
Oh God.
And then so we're out of nowhere. Our bus driver veers off the road, and so turns out like the bus had like died, like the bus had broke down.
It's still fully operational to this day.
Really?
Yeah, I see it every now and again.
Well, that at that point the bus had just died, and we couldn't use it. So we're at the middle of this random church. And so they get us seated by this church, and we're waiting there for the other bus to get here. And so we're on the bus, and or we were off the bus, and the bus pulls up. And so they let people who were riding the bus that afternoon to go home.
Wait.
Let us.
Wait. At the church, Miss Tomac got onto this very retarded kid named Will.
Oh, he's not actually, but he's just awful.
He's really ignorant about a ton of things. Anyways, he was throwing rocks out the windows of the church, like they were like painted, I believe. And Miss Tomac just yelled at him. It was hilarious.
And something we forgot, Aaliyah.
Oh God.
Don't get me started.
And so this girl gets on the bus when she's not supposed to. Get on the bus. And so we have to stop at this random convenience store.
Dollar General.
Well, I copyright.
Nah, it's fine to say it, dude.
It's Twitch. It's not copyright.
Okay.
And you can't get copyrighted for saying that.
Oh, are you talking about how when she got kicked off the bus?
So her mom was freaking out at her like the night before, saying that she cannot go on the field trip, and so she gets on the bus anyway, and we get maybe an hour. No, not even an hour. Like
dude, an hour is
halfway.
how we get to the place. Like, that's how long it takes to get to the place. So we're halfway through.
And
it was like around less than halfway.
They finally figure out that she's not supposed to be on there. So some random person has to come pick her up and drive her back to the school.
It was really
It
weird.
was like one of the bus drivers. It was really funny.
No, it was the office
yeah.
lady.
No, it wasn't. It was that one guy that. Okay, fine. The one office lady.
And
It was. I saw her driving.
Okay.
And she calm down about the details. But they finally get
the bus by mistake, actually.
Do you have the sheet?
Oh no! Oh no!
What?
What?
Oh my God, Preston!
Preston, that's another bleep.
Another bleep for Patrick.
Just call her a
Hey,
This is
smasher.
already 30 minutes in. Jesus, dude, chill.
So like we finally get there, and you know we went through that whole situation, and so at the church, you know, the dummy had just thrown rock, and so they load up 3, almost 4 to a seat on the bus, and so it's me. We're gonna call this man's. Actually, we can just call him Jace, because there's many in our grade. But, so we're sitting there and it's so squeezed, and I'm on the inside, in the middle, and Jace is getting really angry at us, because he's like yelling at us to like scoot into the seat. We're like, no, we can't.
I have a question. Is it JC?
No, it's the other one.
Jace H?
Yes, Jace H.
Oh, yeah, me and Chris were sitting next to him, and we were like having, like, he would give us like snacks.
Oh yeah, at the end of the trip, we were all dying of thirst, and he was giving us.
Oh yeah, you 3 were in the seat in front of us, and Chris, you were begging me to give
Oh
you.
my
You
God.
were trying to beg me for some water. Yet this man's ran out of water on the field trip and was like about to have a heart attack if he didn't have some water.
That
Dude,
was
I
funny.
was gonna kill myself.
Next time we have a field trip like that, I'm legit bringing like a small cooler.
The guy, the bus driver who drove us back to school, that was the transfer bus, dude, and that's I usually ride the transfer bus to the other school. And he said like, "Yo, I'll take you to this school." I'm not gonna say exactly what school it is. He's so cool, but like past like the rec center, we realize oh crap, there's a phone. Guess who phones it is? Phones.
Who's?
It was the counselor's phone. It's like,
Oh my God. Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then we had to go all the way back to the
the
school.
counselors.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Well, yeah, because this was after like you guys got off.
This was after the field trip.
Yeah, this is like only for the transfer bus kids.
And so like he's getting really mad, and we finally get there, and we're like 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
And there's like, I'm sweating. I'm like, we finally get off the bus, and it's so nice. And oh yeah, and we forgot before the field trip, there was a girl who literally fell down on the ground and had a seizure in the front of the school. From that moment, we knew it was.
What caused it?
I'm not sure. I think she just hit her head a little too
I
hard.
heard someone like pushed her or something.
Almost said it.
That's not her last name.
I'm
Smart
just-
one.
Oh my God,
Oh.
Chris.
Madison pushed her. What are you? Why are you interrupting me? Huh?
Sorry, I put shaving cream all over my hands, and now it's like all wet.
Oh God.
What is wrong with you?
Chris is trying to make slime with Andrew's little sister.
Oh.
Oh
Very
my God.
scary.
It smells good though.
We
I'm gonna put this all over my face and just.
Wadison pushed her, and
They pushed
it
who?
became Hannah.
Oh God.
What?
I'm just looking on Twitter. Scares posted a little video. You can see his injuries, yo, on his face.
Oh really?
Come on, I'll send it. Oh.
What happened to Scares?
Oh, you scares in somebody who was it?
It was Raka Raka.
Yeah, Raka Raka.
Like I just sent it in chat. Like his nose beat up, yo.
Oh yeah, the KSI
Right, yo.
KSI Logan Paul fight. Preston, do you want to touch on that?
Hey, I'll talk about it.
Oh, I think Preston wanted a second.
Everyone's
But-
talking
Me
about
too.
go.
Because,
So what happened to Scares?
Like he lost obviously, but I look in the chat and I posted I saw on my Twitter feed. It's like, oh crap. But yeah, this is after the fight. He has like a bloody nose, I believe, and his nose is has red on it. It's pretty cute.
Patrick, if you think that's bad, you should have seen Jake after he had that fight, dude.
I haven't seen it.
He got bloodied up.
So did Preston just leave the call?
I have
I
no
don't
idea.
know.
I'm here. Andrew left.
Oh, and Andrew probably fell asleep.
The
Andrew's
fight was
going to
honestly like
He's like
really good.
completely dead.
So,
Who
and
did Scarce fight?
Scares fought Raka Raka.
Raka.
Yeah.
Who won?
Raka
Raka.
Raka.
Rocco, obviously.
Garetta Papa.
So that's great. Oh yeah, and did you hear Joe Weller, who
Was
fought?
actually at the fight, yeah.
Yeah, he commentated on it.
He challenged Soldier Boy.
Really?
I'm trying to remember who challenged Soldier Boy.
No. That's
No, I think it was Jake Ball challenged Chris Brown to a fight.
Yo.
and he said, "I know you're supposed to fight."
Also, it was Rocka Real, not Rocka Rocka.
Oh,
Oh, well, same thing, yo.
Jake Paul would
It's
have
those
gotten
dudes
his.
who make all the internet things.
Internet thing. Where's Andrew? He like left the call.
Yeah, did you not hear us acknowledge this?
No.
Oh my. But I mean,
He's the dudes. They're the dudes who made the DC versus Marvel video that we bought.
oh really?
Wait, did Andrew
Oh
fall
my
asleep again or
God.
something, or did it like crash?
No, I'm willing to bet this man's fell asleep.
He probably
Andrew's
did.
asleep.
I'm gonna put shipping cruises.
It is Rocka Rocka.
What code?
Wait, did Andrew fall asleep again? Reston.
You know what? Let him sleep. Let this. Yeah, Andrew's a lazy boy,
That's a rip.
but
To be fair, he was playing in the band yesterday. Well, y'all.
So Chris and Connor made bets for the Logan Paul versus KSI fight.
really,
Some people say it was
Yeah.
rigged.
It didn't. The ending was really confusing to me, but it was pretty.
Oh god, Connor
left.
just left the call as well. That's a rip.
well,
That'll probably.
Preston.
All right. Well, let's continue.
Well, yeah.
But
So, basically, what happened was, Connor. The ending of the fight was KSI winning by 20 punches. If you guys haven't heard yet,
Yeah.
mhm.
and obviously Logan Paul was screwed up. Same with KSI though. What are you searching, Pat?
Nothing. I'm just. Someone just messaged me.
Oh.
Now what about the
What the what?
what about now off of the fight? Why don't we talk about?
Yeah. What's it?
Let's talk about.
Very awkward. Let's talk about the time that actually here I'll talk for the first time I've ever been into like the principal's office, like actually been in it, like not in like trouble, but like been called down to it. So the day before this happened, the day before I got called down. It was in PE, 7th period, and these two of these kids. Their names were Austin and Tanner, and
Connor is right by me.
they got into a fight, and after that, the next morning in English, which was like 2nd period, I got called down to the vice principal's office, and I was like extremely scared because I thought I did something wrong, but in the end, it was just asking me about what happened and any witnesses. So pretty kind of scary.
Now, what about the time? What's Tanner doing the huffing thing? Remember PE last year?
Oh god, huffing the paint. That.
Yeah, so long story short, me and Pat had PE together last year.
And
And-
Andrew.
And
Preston.
Andrew and Preston and
No.
I guess no one else. But it was a great PE. We got just know that March 16th is a holy day.
It was March 15th.
Or is it March 15th?
March 15th.
March 15th is a holy day. But long story short, I mean, I wasn't in the class at the time, but the kid found a rag and some spray paint, and I don't even. He's not really even huffing paint.
He just
It's just-
sniffed it.
I know.
Like,
Like,
And-
I took a picture of it and then sent it to our fella Boylan.
Are we talking about Tanner?
yeah.
I love how Connor automatically knows.
Yeah.
And then he reported it to the principal, which is kind of retarded, but still funny.
We could have.
Yep.
We could have. It was him and Jace. Jace. See.
They were the biggest problem last
The
year.
homophobic
We could have like told on them so many times and got them expelled or something like that, or suspended.
You remember the time that Jace H rocked W during
Rocked.
on Friday?
Rocked what?
Like tackle rocked Will.
Oh. Oh my god! Speaking of Will, so there's this fat, disgusting smelling kid named Clay. One morning, first
Oh my.
period, 6th grade, we walked into the locker room in the gym. He was literally on top of Will. It was pretty gay, to be honest.
Yeah, he ended up giving him a hickey.
Yeah. Oh god, 6th
Well,
grade was great.
how much time do we have to fill?
We have we've been recording for 42 minutes.
Well, I say we wrap it up.
Everyone's been dying, so
Yeah.
yeah, let's just wrap it up, Holmes.
But I guess we'll end it with a story on
We had to not talk about the one that happened recently.
which one?
421.
How about we list a bunch of names so Patrick just has to, like, cut or bleep out the final part?
You know, like just like cut out the whole entire section. Oh god.
What if I just
What?
say him randomly throughout the story?
I'd just bleep it. Like how I would have to be doing.
Well, I think this has been a first episode, if you know what I mean. But
This was horrible.
this was awful.
Well,
But it's
Yeah,
going on
it was.
YouTube. We don't even know if this will be on YouTube. If it is, and then you're listening,
it is gonna
like,
be.
if you are listening, like, you're the real MVP. Like, No, I have a feeling there's only gonna be, let's see, there's gonna be like 7 views on this, and the 7 views are just gonna be us.
Probably.
But
that voice
If there is anyone of you, shut up. If there is anyone listening to this monstrosity, enjoy.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and one thing, if I can't find like where we said like a last name, I'm sorry to anyone who in real life who we know watches this. I'm sorry. So yeah,
I'm sure they wouldn't mind it besides Tomac, but
probably Tomac. Wait, if she's watching this, oh god.
if she's like, oh god, we're done.
We're both.
We are literally done.
Oh wait, I
If she is.
know one final story we can talk about.
Okay.
So,
Hit it up.
6th grade history.
Oh god.
We have
Oh, God.
we have the substitute.
Oh
The
my.
substitute.
Is this?
We're gonna call him.
Ow.
All we're gonna call him is Hagrid. So
He literally gave us the name for this podcast.
yeah, he did. So one night in history.
No, Mr. Bowers.
Dude, really? Come on.
Hey, I'm yoinking this story. I'm sorry. I'm just the description of him. Mr. Bowers literally think of Hagrid.
Michael,
with
you're
less of a
saying the
beard.
last name, and I'm about to bleep that as well. You be.
I said Hagrid.
You said his last name.
Mr. Bowers.
God damn it. Whatever. Sorry, Mr. Bowers. I'm just keeping it in just.
Well, he sat in a fellow's chair and he just broke it.
Just a big
And
snap.
a while ago, they said, Mr. Redacted broke Miss Redacted's chair.
Oh yeah, and Miss Redacted recently broke her leg, so she can't be at school. She hasn't been here, and we started school like 4 weeks. It's almost been a month.
I thought she was on a trip.
She was on a trip, but then she broke her leg.
And she can't just ride in a wheelchair and say, "Yeah, hey class, what's up?"
She's a cripple.
Currently, yeah.
But I mean, and
Michael,
one day
you won't promote the podcast on your Instagram. You should.
I don't know.
You should.
I
Do it.
Quite
I'll do
possibly.
it. Actually,
I'm
no,
gonna
I'm
sign
not
off.
gonna do it.
Well, that was the
First.
Bilted Bowers. Oh yeah, many of you play that game that I'm not gonna say the name of for
Fortnite.
copyright purposes.
Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite. So one day, we're the whole, mispronouncing thing, like replacing letters.
Bees.
So one day I went Bilted Bowers, and then that made me think of Mr. Bowers.
And then I said Tilted Towers.
And so then the Bilted Bowers, Mr. Bowers broke Mrs. Redacted's chair. But her name's not really Mrs. Redacted.
I like how we've been saying like the first letter and their last names, but now we're saying redacted. Oh, this is a great podcast, yo. Tune in
Well,
next Saturday.
if you were listening, thank God. I don't know how you deal with our bull crap, but
This is probably one of the most boring podcasts ever.
if you want to hear a good podcast, I don't know, go listen to
H3's podcast.
H3 or Misfits, or I don't know. But if you enjoyed, let's see, is this going to be on YouTube? If we even leave a like. I don't care if you subscribe, but if you do, that's great.
Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
Free V-Bucks giveaway.
Like and subscribe, like and
Yeah,
subscribe.
free.
Like,
free.
subscribe, and comment down below for our free V-Bucks giveaway.
This is very cancer. Alright.
Okay.
Free V-Bucks, free V-Bucks.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe to CC Place 123.
Subscribe to CC Plays 123.
Would you think? Okay, now this is where. Okay, thank you for tuning in. If you did the entire, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry for you. Okay.
Bye, retard.
Yeah. Well, there goes Preston. If you enjoyed, I guess like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you think we're awful or good. If you think we're good, I pity you. This was the Broken Chair podcast. God forbid. Bye.
Later, peeps. Oh god, that was cringy.
Oh my God, that-
Ew.